I don't know how many of you know, but when I was 12 years old, my mom was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer. I was a budding young skater, a middle school student, a teenager. To say this news was traumatic in these formative years of my life would be an understatement. As she underwent surgery, a stem cell transplant, a bone marrow transplant, chemotherapy, and radiation, my 5 siblings and I would find things to be grateful for together. One of the things I was grateful for was my skating. It's an individual sport, and I would have time alone on the ice to deal with the pain I was feeling. Skating gave me an outlet. It's not a coincidence that it was during the same time when I made the leap from a good skater to a national champion. I remember my mom coming to watch me during the qualifying rounds to make the national championship that year. She was really sick in the car. She was going through chemo, but she refused to miss any of the big moments in her kids' lives. She's a fighter. My brothers, sisters, and I would gather strength from each other as she lost weight and as she lost all of her hair, even her eyebrows, which is still shocking in its own way, even though you know it's coming. And anyone who's experienced this could probably agree. So I was lucky to have skating during this time, during these personal stresses as an adolescent. I was lucky to have my mom as a role model, to watch her courageously fight for her life. It put a triple Lutz in perspective. Suddenly, risking a triple-triple in a long program that's a blade 1/4 of an inch thick isn't really such a risk anymore. Skating brought us together, and it gave her a break too. It gave her a break from being a sick person. It gave us time away from dealing with illness, even if it was just for 4 minutes. Because what you find out when a loved one goes through an illness is that it's not just that person. It's the whole family. It's everyone who cares about them. And that everyone who cares about them comes together and forms a new family, a stronger family, a family with a purpose. I'm happy to say that my mom's standing here alongside us today. She's been in remission for 16 years. But it was 16 years ago when she finished her last treatment for cancer that she became a card-carrying member of the Lymphedema Society. When she had her initial surgery for breast cancer, the doctor had to remove lymph nodes from her arm since the cancer had spread. I remember the first time she fell seriously ill as a result of lymphedema, a complication of her body not being able to fight infection. I was on spring break from college and the only one home with her. She was lying on the couch, so sick, she couldn't move. She wasn't her normal, energetic, dynamo self. She wasn't the woman who raised 6 kids, who took us to the rink, who took us to school, who made sure we did our homework in the car and fed us, and made sure we all went to college, my older siblings, and I'm the 4th of 6. She wasn't the same person. It was like the flu, but much worse, and I knew something was terribly wrong. I immediately drove her to the ER, and that was the first time we learned about the serious side effects of lymphedema if not treated. But we were lucky, we caught it in time. But it's something that she now lives with, and something her family, both biological and extended, has lived with. I'm proud to honor Senator Chuck Schumer today with this award on behalf of the Lymphatic Education Research Network for his tireless support of research funding for lymphedema. This funding will hopefully lead to future treatment and cure so my mom and all of us can get on a plane or even a long car ride and not worry about a tiny cut causing sepsis. This new family, the stronger family we have all formed to do all we can to find a treatment and cure, already makes me feel more optimistic. In fact, we've raised over $50,000 so far already for today's walk. And as a community, I want to thank Senator Schumer for continuing to help raise more funding for research, education, and advocacy. Thank you.